In the middle of the holiday season, the Wisconsin Badgers make the transition from non-conference play to Big Ten action. 2 league games under their belts right now and 2 more to come this coming week. We'll recap the week that was. We'll also hear from Badgers Director of Operations, Marc VandeWettering. He's been a rather busy man in recent weeks, and we'll check in, of course, our weekly conversations with Greg Gard starting today as we get rolling with the Badgers Sports Report.
Hands off Allen, low on the left, up, missed the chip shot, rebound, a lean forward, and here comes Trice. Dimitri up the left sideline of the front court. Delano Banton defending. Now Davison, right lane line, got away with a push off and goes to the rack and finishes. Shovels it into Ford, left of the lane. Calls the double, Potter's open. More open is Brad Davison, kicks it to Davis. 9 to shoot, Davis, and he'll hit the jumper, going glass from the right wing. Davis gets it into Micah, left the lane, pass deflected, got to Anderson, feeds Davison for 3 straight on, book it. Brad Davison with a couple of 3-point hits as the Badgers stretch the lead to 15. Timeout, Nebraska.
5 to shoot, Price off the wing, hanging, feeds Potter, down the lane, slam dunk, counted, and a foul.
Badgers move from the field house to the Final Four.
Touchdown, Wisconsin, Kendrick Pryor.
Spot open,
The Badger Sports Report is built by Ford, a proud partner of Wisconsin athletics. By Hyvee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Hyvee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
When you've been injured, you need the hometown team on your side. Trust us to get you back in the game. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
Some see a grilled cheese sandwich and ask why. I see a new kitchen with a grill and ask why not.
I really need to start adding less to cart and more to savings.
Sitting on this couch so long made me want to make some changes, starting with this couch.
Yeah, I need a house with a different view.
And this is the bank that will help you do it all. Because at U.S. Bank, our people are dedicated to turning your new inspiration into your next pursuit.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get a great deal on Tacoma, RAV4, Camry, and more.
I'll take it.
I'll get this wrapped up for you. I wish I hadn't just unwrapped it.
Right now, during Toyotathon, you can get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2021 Camry or 2021 RAV4.
Toyotathon is on. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Injured? You need a team you can trust. Call Gruber Law Offices today, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
Swings to Potter, top of the circle, a handoff to Anderson at the point. Foster Lawyer defending, shot clock at 10. Trevor on the left-hand dribble. Out to Potter, open 3 straight on, straight through for Micah Potter, who is now 50% from distance this season. Horrible to screen, blocked out Davis. Henry drives on Potter. Soft pass, left wing, picked off by Davison. Another Wisconsin steal. Davison angles a pass to Ford, feeds Trice for 3, left pocket, book it. Dimitri Trice, his second triple, 27-24 Wisconsin, 7:30 left in the half. They have gone stone cold here to start this second half. Potter top of the circle, going to Trice, high on the left. Dimitri angles right of the circle. He'll try a 3 over Langford and hit it. Thank you very much. Dimitri Trice now with 14. 7:45 remaining, 62-61 Michigan State. Davison throwing to Ford, left of the circle, goes into Reavers. Nate on Hauser, turns and scores with a left hand. First points today for Nate Reavers. Toss back to Watts. 1:48 to play. Watts on the dribble, left of the lane. The floater is off the rim, no good. Rebound, back tap, running it down. Ford trying to save it, whips it toward the basket. It's gathered by Trice. Lead feed, Jonathan Davis, double pump, low on the right, layup good. 77-69, Wisconsin with 90 seconds remaining. Wall inbounds to Brad Davison, and for the first time since 2004, the Badgers defeat Michigan State at the Breslin Center in East Lansing. The losing streak here is no more. The Badgers win it by 9.
Heck of a Christmas afternoon here. I tell you, just so proud of our guys, how they persevered, how they battled. Heck of a college basketball game. I don't know what it looked like on TV or watching it back in Madison or Wisconsin, but two really good teams that kept going back and forth at it. Proud of how we were able to respond. We started first 9 possessions 4 for 4, but had 5 turnovers. And I thought once we settled in a little bit, we were better. But defensively, we got a little bit better in the second half. After that first run where they got out to the 9-point lead, I think we figured some things out defensively a little bit and got them to take some tougher shots.
If I'm not scoring or like in the first half there, just staying locked in defensively, that's the best way to help the team. Get the ball moving, talking, getting the guys motivated. And then just when your opportunities come, just make the most of them. I think I missed some good looks there at the start of the second half and then was able to get going there towards the end.
And I said that after the game. Like last year, they got a lead and they just kind of kept it starting in that second half. And the way the game was kind of flowing, we missed some open shots, but they were really good shots. And I thought we could get to those anytime. But yeah, when it started to get pulled away a little bit, I knew somebody had to make some plays and get to the rim or make some shots. So it just happened to be my turn tonight.
Get ready for more. Introducing Hyvee Plus. Get a Hyvee Plus premium membership for just $99 a year and get fuel savings every time you shop in-store and online. Plus, exclusive deals and offers every month. Plus, you can call our Red Line hotline day or night for anything you need. Plus, free standard delivery and free express pickup. Plus, a personal online shopper. With Hyvee Plus, our plus equals more. Sign up today.
You've heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably Johnsonville sausage strips. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage strips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle by the bacon, even though it's sausage.
Whoa.
2 conference games in, the Badgers, maybe the big upset was that the Badgers got to play all 7 of their non-conference games. There was some adjusting on the fly, as we've talked about on other platforms, the work of Marc VandeWettering, who we will hear from later in this show, the Badgers Director of Basketball Operations. We see Rhode Island get on the schedule. We see Loyola get on the schedule. But, Greg, I know we talked about it, you and I, for radio earlier in the week. To get all the games in is terrific, and to get some things done on the floor. I just got the impression you were able to learn some things about your team. A lot of veterans obviously back, but you got some new guys as well. Did you get out of it, just from a pure basketball sense, what you needed to get out of your non-conference schedule?
Yeah, I think we got out, as much or more than what we probably even intended, albeit obviously we would have had the normal full slate of games, and there hadn't been the pandemic or the shortening of the season, so to speak. So, no, I thought we got a lot out of it. And I think the addition of those couple games, you mentioned Rhode Island and Loyola, up until probably, 2-3 days before we're going to play them, weren't on the schedule. So to be able to get those quality teams in here on short notice and to help us prepare for, obviously you're trying to play all 7 games, and there's days of doubt of that, if that was going to be accomplished. But prepare you for league play. And I think that's put us in pretty good position. And you're always going to be learning. That's going to be season long. So I don't think you're ever at a point where you're stopping learning. You're always trying to continue to improve and find ways to get better and help your guys be in a better position. But no, I thought, like I said, it was a good. Obviously, you mentioned Marc. Great job by him and others that had their hand in it of trying to make this all come together.
Well, as I mentioned, we'll hear from Marc, and viewers can get at least a sense that what we've talked about with him, he seems to be very even-keeled, which is really important for a position like that. But having said that, Greg, have you noticed in recent days maybe his blood pressure has gone down a little bit? Things go haywire. The conference gets over now.
Yeah, he's down to only 2 cups of coffee in the morning instead of 5. But no, he never gets too high, too low. And I think he's got obviously he comes with a lot of experience. He was a manager for us during his time here as a student. Then he helped out kind of as an assistant ops under Cat Foster's. And then he went to the Big Ten office. And I think that was really huge for him to get connections and experience in that. And then obviously when Cat moved into a different position here on campus, brought Marc back, and he's obviously done a terrific job. And you have to be organized. You have to spin a lot of plates. You have to wear a lot of hats, and he does a really good job in all those things.
I thought it was interesting, and you joked about it, or maybe half joked about it after the Nebraska game. The practice the day before, you're reminding your guys, because these guys have been shooting lights out here, especially in the Louisville game, saying you can't always depend on that. A benchmark of this program has been the other things: defending, rebounding, protecting the basketball. I know you didn't expect it to come true quite that soon, but it's to your point though, right? That is such a big part of why this program has been successful for so long. It's the so-called non-sexy things that are really critical.
Yeah, I mean, we talk ad nauseum: defend, rebound, take care of the ball. And obviously there's branches on each of those 3 trees that grow, and we don't have time to go into the intricacies of all those areas. But no, if you do those 3 things, it always gives you a chance. And you can always pack your defense, you can always pack your rebounding, and you should always be able to take care of the ball at a decent rate. So, and you can survive nights like we had the other night against Nebraska, where, I look down and we're 1 for 16, but it's 7-3. We only kicked a field goal and only given up 1 touchdown. So, it was just a matter of time. I thought if we got better looks, I didn't think we had some great ones at times. I thought we rushed some things. Obviously, we had some turnovers on how they were playing it, and that's credit to Nebraska. They really gummed up the paint, packed it in, and were very handsy, and were going to dare us to shoot it and fly at shooters. So I thought once we got the lid off the basket a little bit, things loosened up, and we made some better decisions coming from the inside to the perimeter later in the first half, and obviously in the second half to be able to bust it open.
Since we're into the football analogy, it doesn't hurt to have some quarterbacks on your roster, which you had another one this year with Jonathan Davis. Right. Just a little coolness, I guess, under the fire across the board. But to see it from a freshman like Jonathan is really impressive.
Yeah, he's done that before. He's come in and given us a spark, and I think that's the neat thing. What I like so much about our bench is that they've all 3 of those guys that have played consistently have really added when they've come in. They've given us a shot in the arm, so to speak, and not just coming in and biding time. They've all added to our production on the floor and gotten us really going at times. And that's not the first time, and he's not the only guy. Trevor's done it. Tyler's done it. So that's a mark of a good team, that you can have guys come in and really up the ante, so to speak, and move the needle for us on both ends of the floor. And Jonathan was the one that did it the other night against Nebraska.
The way the schedule lays out here during Christmas week is ironic, because I know in the last couple of years there's been a little bit of a gap around this holiday where players can have a chance to get home for a couple of days and then resume the season a few days after Christmas. But this year, obviously, is much different. And your guys, they probably would have been practicing anyway. So this whole idea of playing on Christmas Day has not been a bad thing for them, I guess.
No. And in fact, obviously with the pandemic and the virus, we knew early in the fall we were really going to be taking a pretty high risk by sending them home, to send them to 16 different area codes. And the fact that the Big Ten wanted to play 4 games here, we felt it was important to play 4 games in December in league play, just to try to play more games with a less populated campus. I think is important to try to minimize the interaction of our guys with anybody else, to just obviously minimize the spread. But, with the NBA delaying their season, the Christmas Christmas window was open, and I presented it to our guys a couple different times in the fall, like, hey, we're going to have to be here. We're going to have to stay here anyway. So they said, Coach, if we were going to be here, we won't play. Growing up, they always watched the NBA on Christmas Day on TV. And I said, hey, here's our chance. We're going to be one of the programs they want on Christmas Day just because of who we are. And it's going to be a heavyweight matchup we're going to get. I had no idea who it was going to be or where, but I figured it would be us, Michigan State, us, Illinois, us, Iowa, and obviously it's red and green on Christmas Day. So it's fun. It's a unique experience. It probably won't happen again. Hopefully we're out of this pandemic by the time this rolls around next time. But the guys definitely, like I said, the bottom line was if they're going to be here, it's a lot better to be playing games than be cooped up in their apartments.
Yeah, no doubt. And then a couple of more home games after the Spartans, of course, with Maryland on Monday, and then New Year's Eve Day against Minnesota. Stay with us. Much more to come as we continue with the Badger Sports Report.
If we build this, all the legendary players will magically appear, and we'll have sports again. I call it the Field of Fame. Of course, I'll have to tear down the garage, fill in the pool, and lose the trees. So can I get a loan?
So as your friend, I love it, but as your banker, not so much.
Let me talk to the friend.
You could always invest in a college fund.
No, my kids aren't going to college. They're going to work at the stadium.
Our kids are going to college.
Sports are back.
My wife wants to build a college.
And not a moment too soon.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get a great deal on Tacoma, RAV4, Camry, and more.
I'll take it.
I'll get this wrapped up for you. I wish I hadn't just unwrapped it.
Right now, during Toyotathon, you can get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2021 Camry or 2021 RAV4.
Toyotathon is on. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Top of the circle, gets it to Mahan against Reavers, pivots, throws it out to McGowan's, puts it on the deck, right lane line, shot is swatted away by Aline Ford.
Director of Basketball Operations, Marc VandeWettering, joining us now on the Badger Sports Report. Marc, that's a big title, but what does a Director of Basketball Operations do day to day?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. Wear a lot of different hats day to day. I like to think of it as doing anything and everything off the floor. So that's schedule, whether that's our game schedule or our day-to-day schedule, overseeing our budget, managing our office and our managers, scheduling our travel, and coordinating all the logistics behind that, compliance, recruiting, all the different ways that make a basketball and a college athletics program run. I have to wear those hats kind of on a daily basis. So anything not X's and O's related is falls on my plate in some way or another. So a lot of different pieces that go into it.
And even more this year with the COVID protocols and the changes in the schedule. Normally your schedule is set before the season, done, put to bed.
Yeah.
That was not the case this year. So talk about the last couple of weeks and what you had to do to actually get these games played.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of hurdles that had to be cleared, not only by us, but by the visiting teams in particular to make this happen. Like you said, we usually have everything pretty much ironed out, at least non-conference wise, middle of the summer, early July, usually this is probably our timeline in a typical year. We were having conversations throughout the summer, but we really didn't have a firm understanding of how things were going to play out schedule wise and what we were or weren't going to be able to do as far as starting dates, the number of non-conference games, all those different factors. So once we got that green light from the NCAA in September for the November 25th start date, we really started weighing our options and figuring out how and who and where we could get our non-conference games in. And this year was different, obviously. There's a lot of different protocols that have to be cleared, and normally it's say, do you have this date available, and we can offer X number of dollars for you to come. But this year, not only are you having to coordinate that, but what are you doing for testing? What type of testing? How often are you testing? are you willing to test with us here the day before and the day of the game? So a lot of those different boxes that had to be checked just to get an agreement in place. And then obviously they have to follow through and come through all negative on all of their tests. So as long as they were able to clear those hurdles and we were able to get 7 teams that were able to do it, which looking across the landscape of college basketball, feels like we pulled off a minor miracle.
You talked about off the court stuff, but I know, and a lot of people probably don't recognize you necessarily on the bench during game day, but you've got a great seat on the bench for every game. What do you do on the bench during a game?
Yeah, on the bench, you know, it's I like to tell the coaching staff it's my 2 hours of zen usually. There's no other outside distractions with my phones on do not disturb for 2 hours. But on the bench, I'm tracking the results of our opponent's possessions. You know, a big thing in our program is making sure offensively that we stay over 1 point per possession, and then defensively we keep our opponents under 1 point per possession. So I'm tracking our opponents' possession results so that we can get a live look at where they're at on their 1.0 and below for the game. You know, I'm also helping, you know, Coach Gard be aware of our team's fouls. So we know foul trouble for any of our guys, as well as our timeout situation. You know, with, you know, the one that we have to use in the first half, if we don't use it, you lose it, that kind of stuff, and making sure we're all aware of when the media timeouts are coming. So a lot of those different things that, you know, the coaches don't need to worry about, I'll take that on and I'll let you know when and where we need to be.
You guys have had a lot of continuity. Obviously, you had a lot of upheaval last year with Coach Moore and Orlando coming in. But essentially, you guys have had this a team together for the last several years after you came back from the Big Ten. How important is that to getting things done efficiently and making things kind of, you know, stay straight and narrow?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been huge for us, to be honest with you, with, you know, Kyle Blackburn, the assistant director of ops, and AJ Van Handel as video coordinator. You know, having that same group of people for the last 4 years really allows us to kind of understand each other and really get each other well and how each other works. We've got very clear responsibilities and work with each other and bounce things off each other really well. And being around the program and around the coaching staff, you figure out little intricacies of how they like things, how things work, what doesn't work. So having that continuity really allows all three of us, you know, on our operations team to really pull this off smoothly for the coaches and for our student athletes, because that's our number one goal, is to make sure it's as smooth and uninterrupted as it can be. Obviously, you know, Henry Perez-Guerra plays a role in that more so this year than maybe ever before, making sure that we all stay healthy that way. And it's not just the student athletes staying healthy anymore. So our operations team, you know, being able to work behind the scenes and really have that continuity has been a really, really important factor for us to be able to kind of stay, like you said, on the straight and narrow and stay as uninterrupted as we possibly can.
All right, Marc VandeWettering, thank you very much for joining us, and the Badger Sports Report will return in just a moment.
Because of this, we made Ford Super Duty the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower and best-in-class payload.
Rescue 614 en route.
Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with the terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
The Badger Sports Report is built by Ford, a proud partner of Wisconsin athletics. By Hyvee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Hyvee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
The week ahead for the Badgers, a Monday night home matchup at the Kohl Center against the Maryland Terrapins. That'll tip off at 6 o'clock. And then New Year's Eve Day, another home matchup against the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Tip time is set for 3:30. We thank Marc VandeWettering and head coach Greg Gard. We thank you for watching. We'll talk to you next week.
Get ready for more. Introducing Hyvee Plus. Get a Hyvee Plus premium membership for just $99 a year and get fuel savings every time you shop in-store and online. Plus, exclusive deals and offers every month. Plus, you can call our Red Line hotline day or night for anything you need. Plus, free standard delivery and free express pickup. Plus, a personal online shopper. With Hyvee Plus, our plus equals more. Sign up today.
Compeer Financial has always been there for our clients and communities in any situation. And our support continues today as our clients work relentlessly to feed, clothe, and fuel the world. Compeer is proud to continue our strong commitment to our clients, the rural communities where they live, and to agriculture. We're here to help meet the financial needs of rural America. And we'll navigate through this together.
You've heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably Johnsonville sausage strips. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage strips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle by the bacon, even though it's sausage.
Whoa.